怎样的老弱残兵都可以当士兵。我会不会被挡住啊？他会不会不准我进去啊
She got sick, then died in the night. She was old, but it happened so fast.
嗯，这里有一个炼造厂入口哎。
Fine goods for a fair price.
安安，请问你卖什么？不是吧？你竟然卖的跟外面的都一样？还有会卖一些什么暗影凯尔加衣服之类的，我觉得很失望。
The seventh proud tradition.
It's not like it's Iridium, at least.
Assurance.
下面的 NPC 全部都是连外形都没有复制贴上的假 NPC。太假了吧！另外我知道这是什么，这里是火箭发射场。你怎样跟我朋友有发7%像？
Lucky that Nora was there to protect the sun.
看来这里也是有分是不是贵族的嘛？
Now we get to see if your attack on their focus network was entirely successful.
What are you talking about? Did I crash the network or not?
In theory, all should be well.
Outlanders are idiots, but perhaps they're useful idiots.
干，又是一个利用我的剑。
Success. Welcome to the Citadel, Aloy. I'll check back with you in a moment. In the meantime, circulate.
塞伦斯管是个贱人，我管还是很想杀死他，希望可以在2代杀死他。如果不行，我会很生气。但杀死一个黑人，感觉会政治不正确。
Ceasefire or no? My family is sad. Avad will have to answer for that eventually. I think these disappearances are a blessing. It's good.
他是友方怪兽哎，我就算在他身上射再多箭，他也都不会理我。
Leaves much to be desired. Thank the sun it's temporary.
Your shadow will rise. I just wish it'd rise a bit faster. Behave yourself, girl.
日系攻杀小，如果你不想死的话，最好是不要太嚣张。 虽然我那个弱了一点，但是我认真起来还是可以把你这整个城寨等全秒掉，全杀光，不是全秒掉，秒掉太夸张了，但全杀光我把握。哦，好多人哦，好吧，可能有一点困难。
Outlanders, if you want to hear about today's bounties, head for the throne room. You're not going to make any shards by standing out here. These filthy mercenary bottom feeders.
I'll take the shards, even if it means having to listen to Bahavas.
Don't bother me, Outlander. All the bounties are announced in the throne room.
好。
Whenever someone says the word ceasefire, I hear delaying the inevitable.
进剑士是吧？我第一次来了，抱歉，我迷路了。
It happened so fast.
By the glory of the sun revealed.
巴哈瓦斯。
Behold, radiant Edaman, the one true Sun King, the light in shadow, whose will is light and whose light is law.
I command Lucius Bahavas to speak in my behalf.
By the will of radiant Edaman does the sun glare down mercilessly upon the traitor Uthid. To the hunter who brings his head to us shall go a bounty of 500 shards.
More prisoners than royalty, don't you think? Love your hair. You and I need to chat, little huntress. The green tent down in Shadowside? I'll be waiting.
Kind of busy.
We both know you're no killer for hire. Uthid is innocent. So come see me while there's still time to save him.
So, the way in I spoke of is right behind you.
You've got to be kidding.
Not at all. And you needn't worry about the Kestrels. They'll be too busy acting important to pay attention to you.
First time in the Citadel, gotta see the sun ring from on high.
Well, the Kestrels.
Ah, they want us to see this, boy. It makes quite an impression.
It won't bring us home in faster.
请问我可以上去王位
Hot
吗？
as a forest fire.
不行，对不起啊，第一次来，对什么都很好奇。
Strange. I used to walk by the same old man every morning. Come to have a gawk, have you? But I haven't seen him today.
The balustrade. It's a short drop from there.
Like
The
the
balustrade.
machine.
It's a short drop from there.
Can you even imagine?
If you're gonna watch some slaughter, this is the place to do it.
I don't like heights.
You worry me, boy. You worry me. Another manhunt. How many men and women can one tribe lose? Odin, leader of Odin's marvels. You've a fresh face. When you're less an eye or an ear or two, you'll fit right in. First impressions make the sale, except in this snake pit. They'll take whoever shows up.
This isn't your first job for the Shadow Karja?
Scared of their own shadows, Karja, more like. They spit on me, but the shards are good. Look at those nobles. I say noble, but you can't dress a rat in silk and call it a rat king, can you? Sunfall is a house of clay. If you were to stamp your foot, it would all crumble.
Shouldn't you all be setting out to hunt Uthid?
Have you never done this before? Whoever goes first just leads the others. Just take a load off and avail yourself of some Karja booze until someone sniffs out the trail. Then watch us seek out our prey, straight as a Ravager's shot. Zip!
Are you sure you're gonna be able to walk in a straight line?
What are you getting at?
Do you think Uthid did what they're accusing him of?
I hope so. It'll make him more dangerous. My advice, it's best not to overthink such things.
Overthink whether he's guilty or innocent?
You let all these thoughts in your head, you'll never make it as a mercenary. Only thing that matters is dead or alive. If they say alive, bring a rag to stuff in its mouth. But these days, no one wants alive.
Farewell, Odin.
Good hunting. If I should have cause to kill you, you won't suffer.
Oh, thanks.
If you've got a problem with me, talk to Odin. If you can stand his breath.
我怕之后没办法回来回报任务。
Betray us now when his
The food is
support
from Dowager
so
Queen
sorely
Asadi,
needed.
little ones. Her Highness knows times are hard and helps when she can. Eat. Bring some home for your families, if you have one. I've heard whispers about you. Rides machines, fancy spear, delightful freckles. Some even say you have a conscience. How extraordinary.
Who are you? You're obviously not one of the Shadow Karja.
My name is Vanasha. For now, all you need to know is that I'm a whisper of reason in this howling pit of insanity.
I know how that feels.
I'm sure you do. And so does Uthid. He's a good man, so naturally the Shadow Karja want to murder him. I've done some digging, and I think he's headed for the Green Climb. It won't take those mercenaries long to find him. He could use some help, if you're so inclined.
Stop being evasive and tell me who you really are.
Stop being evasive? You might as well tell me to stop being charming. It's impossible, but I like you, so I'll tell you a secret. I have friends in Meridian, and I like to do favors for them when I can. Uthid might be of use to them, if he survives.
How do you know Uthid is innocent?
I'm excellent at making inquiries. Look, he feeds orphans from his own rations and personally punishes anyone who hurts the old or infirm. The idea that he would try to kill Edelman is ridiculous. He must have found something that can embarrass the priesthood. Otherwise, Bahavas wouldn't risk marking such a well-regarded man for death.
What makes you think he's on the Green Climb?
He knows he'll be pursued, so he needs a hideout that's both familiar and defensible. He once single-handedly held off an entire bandit clan in those foothills. My guess is that he'll fall back on what worked before.
I'll do what I can for Uthid. But what about you?
What about you?
Me what?
What will you do while I risk my life?
Useful things, little huntress. Look for 3 dead trees south of Sunfall. They mark the start of the Green Climb. Good luck.
你是说张翠山？啊，我猜是从这里上去吧。好了，翠山，你是说张翠山？3棵死掉的树。
3 dead trees, just like Vanasha said. Let's see if Uthid came through here. These tracks lead up that rise. Must be the Green Climb.
Green Con， 我还是要讲一次，你是说张翠山？你父亲跟魔教妖女结合才生下了你。OK。啊！我来下戏，干你娘！没道理呀、这也不是这样。我上不去耶，怎么会这样？对啊，看起来就只有那里而已啊。可是我这里跳不过去。下面也没有其他石头啊。对啊，看起来是从这边跑过去的。高瑶，那个到底要怎么跳过去？对啊，哎、我懵，我不知道怎么跳过去。哪啊嘞？跳不过呢？是不是有什么秘密？虽然我不知道怎么回事，总之我还是成功上来了，靠着一个奇妙的骚操作，太骚了吧！ 看刚刚那三小啦，怎么样都跳不过去，妈直接往上翻，结果竟然可以成功，妈低能儿啊！
All right, made it. Where did you go, Uthid? Food scraps. I'll bet Uthid stopped to see if he was being followed. He must have kept going. I've got to catch up.
Ketchup 不是下面那一段路诶，下面有一段路，真的不是下面那一段路吗？
A dead machine. Uthid's been hunting.
看来他解的不够彻底。
Everything useful has been stripped.
看来他解的
Uthid's been
很彻底。
gathering components, probably for ammo. One talks. We gotta scatter. Not an easy kill, but worth it for the parts. Dead Watchers. More scrap for Uthid's stockpile.
Oh. 雪山上的虎卫。
The next one doesn't miss.
Uthid?
You're young for a bounty hunter. Or am I old for a soldier?
I'm not here for the price on your head, Uthid. I believe you're innocent.
Innocent? Come on, then. If this is a trick, it's a good one. You've earned your kill.
等一下，好，我先收刮你家。 哎，你的那个暗影卡尔加衣服蛮好看
No
的。
tricks. Just talk.
All right. Speak.
I want to know what happened at Sunfall. What really happened.
All right. For weeks, each dawn in the tent city came with a new death. Always in their sleep, no struggle. The old, the infirm, sometimes the young. Those who couldn't fight for the cause. I should have realized then it was a culling.
Who would do such a thing?
They thought it was a curse, an evil spirit. But it was only a man. And a silent poison. It took time to catch him, but we did. We brought him before Bahavas for the sun's judgment.
The High Priest Bahavas? He's the one who put the bounty on you.
Yes. He thanked me for my diligence, then had his guards release the villain. You see? It was he who ordered the culling. Then they turned on us. I should have died with my men, so their loyalty meant something. 20 years I gave to the sun. For what? Malice and murder? As for honor, sacrifice, true sacrifice, the kind priests and rulers know nothing of, it's all a fat joke.
Fuck joke.
If it's honor you seek, the Sun Karjas seem trustworthy. A little stuck up, maybe, but trustworthy.
Those Karja once raided your Nora lands. Raided every land we could reach. It was the sun's will. I did what I was told. Others did worse. But as their captain, I had...
Uthid, I don't care what you did. I can't absolve you. But the Karja are changing their ways. You could too.
Perhaps. Avad doesn't understand what the sun demands of its soldiers.
Perhaps he understands it too well.
Now you sound like the blameless Murad.
I can believe you're a good man. But why go with the Shadow Karja in the first place? Why serve them?
Because of Itamen, of course. He was the one true Sun King.
Itamen's just a child.
Yes, an untainted vessel. I believed he was pure. But they used him. Used our faith. I can see that now. No shadows under a noonday sun. Bahavas didn't need to disgrace my name. I did it myself, serving a rotten throne.
I met someone who wants to get you out of this. A woman named Banasha. But first, we need to get you out of here.
What are you? You look like a hunter. You give orders like a soldier who's been out... Mercenaries. Think they'll all line up to tell me I'm innocent?
Should have stayed on the plains, Karja! The mountains belong to us! Kikuk's killers! When we're done with you, you won't even leave an echo!
You didn't make it hard to be followed. Almost as if you wanted to go out in a showdown.
Not much gets by you.
但是我不会让你死在这里的。要说为什么？因为
Over here.
我永远是杀人的那一方。哎呦，很强哦！
We still got another squad on the way.
好哦。干，太早放。我亲自来会会你。
Move in. We'll send the rest as soon as they arrive.
哦，辛苦你了，辛苦你了。那你看看新玩具。哎，等一下好。年轻人的新玩意儿。
Move
干没用。对，在瞄谁？
You now, man. Rally, we can still finish them.
哎，射歪了，日常射歪，抱歉。哟。 你好凶哦！你真的很凶。
You thugs will break against discipline.
That won't be the last. Follow me. I stacked supplies up above.
好。
Might need this.
"原来我们上不去啊。很小。我猜我上不去。
Up and over.
哦，我还以为会有人射箭，然后我就等在下面跟他们打。 好感动哦！你家很大，想拿什么尽管拿。哎，我还没拿完啊！干你娘鸡掰！ 哎，兄弟，你上次不是才说杀我会？
A robust defense is the most satisfying to break. All right, Marbles. We brought the priest out here, so let's put on a show for him.
干，我们不是说好了是好朋友吗？
I know that, Hood. We've unfinished business, Bahavas and I. This will be difficult. I think you rallied to a lost cause.
I don't intend to die today, Euthyd.
I did. But you're starting to change my mind.
Change my mind, yeah! 绕跑喽！我还是决定不用我不习惯的武器。 白痴哦！你他妈是白痴的！
Not bad.
To your left.
But my marvels thrive on adversity. Step it up, boys.
你看起来很烦呐、啊。果然。 哎呦！
It shifts like heat haze.
这个地形真的有多奇怪。哎，我干你啊！我是这样，仰天长射。
That's the last of the marvels.
Bahamut's body had enough time to keep me safe. Now let's hope for justice. Will you come with me?
当然 ，of course。我一定要跟你一起去啊！等我捡完东西。
Be prepared.
走吧，我们一起追上去。等一下哦。Go。
This won't be easy. Bahavas still has his personal guard.
那也没什么啊，我们一起杀光他们不就得了？哎，欧敦德就死在这里哦，可怜的欧敦德。
Across there, and we'll have him.
好啦好啦，你真的是很兴奋哎。
I had to come here myself to end your suffering, Uthid, and mine. The Outlanders led us here, and now that they are dead, their price is most affordable. But enough with needles. It's time for blades. Remove them from the sun's sight.
就是你啦！
The sun sets on your pathetic life. Victory!
你他妈大小。哎呦，你很强哎！
Make it hurt as the shadow falls upon them.
穆提德，你怎么倒了？
Kill the traitor! Kill Lenora!
你干他那么强？
The sun sets on your pathetic life, Uthid.
拜拜。
Make it hurt as the shadow falls upon them.
Grab this while I can.
这个没有我想象中的好用哎，还不如用这个。
Hello.
射他看来是没三小力。你可以不用拉我上去，自己上去。
Whatever deal you worked out with him, I'll double it. More than double it.
No. I'm tired of this, Bahavas. The lies and the violence and your cheap-scented oils. I don't suppose you'd kill yourself.
I had to. I had to. Prune the weak, or all the Carja and Shadow are doomed.
This solves nothing. But may the sun find some worth among your drying bones.
That was quite a fireworks show.
You took your time?
I was busy. What do you think happened to Yan Shund, the other mercenary band? And I had to organize passage to Meridian for a wanted man. Give us a moment, Uthid. Girl talk. You've had quite a day. I never imagined Bahavas would blunder into his own trap. His death opens up wonderful possibilities. Remember Edaman and Nasadi? The Child King and his mother guarded like hostages at Sunfall? With Bahavas gone, no one will be watching them. I want to get them out. And I could use your help.
Kidnapping the Sun King of the Shadow Carja is no small task.
It's not kidnapping. They want to go to Meridian, to safety.
How do you know that?
I've been posing as Nasadi's handmaiden. She's scared. For herself, of course, but mostly for Edaman.
What's going to happen to Uthid now?
Don't worry. You gave him a second life, and I'll put it to good use. He'll be welcomed in Meridian as a military advisor. Hopefully he can help Avad finish the Shadow Carja with as little bloodshed as possible.
Why do you care what happens to them?
Edaman is the Shadow Carja's figurehead. If he defects, it will remove their last trace of legitimacy. Beyond that, he's just a boy who clings to his mommy. He made a little grazer for me out of matchsticks once. It wasn't very good, but still, nobody ever made anything for me before.
What's going to happen at Sunfall now that Bahavas is dead?
Oh, it will be glorious. The priests will panic. There'll be infighting, skullduggery, and backstabbing as they wrangle for power. Best of all, they'll be distracted. Bahavas, your life brought misery, but your death is a flower that blooms in abundance.
What do you need to get Nasadi and Edaman out of Sunfall?
With Bahavas dead, Sunfall is the easy part. I'll handle that. The big fuss will be crossing the border to the Sundom. Find my friend, 3 Tohuadiv near the branded shore. I hired his crew to sweep the path, so all you have to do is wait for me.
If this Wadiv has already cleared the area, why do you need me?
Contingencies, little huntress. Something will go wrong, and I need protection I can count on. You.
I'll try not to disappoint.
The Nora said you would help me. Are we bound for Meridian?
Only if you want to go, my dear.
What choice do I have?
None at all. I was just being polite.
What makes you think Avad will welcome me after I served his enemies?
He's a forgiving man. Just smile a lot. You can't smile, can you? No, that's a grimace.
I am in your debt, Hunter. We live in strange times.
I think I'll take a moment with Bahavas. Death suits him better than those robes ever did.
No,对不对
？Look.
好了好了。支线28等，我们还是先来去解地球的秘密好了。毕竟地球的秘密我也很有兴趣。
Nervous about going to Meridian?
I've been a soldier for 20 years. I do not get nervous.
Not even around a pretty lady?
I will not dignify that with a response.
真想看他们两个还会瞎扯什么。
The Nora said you would help me.
上面是一片很大的冰湖。
Are we bound for Meridian?
Only if you want to go, my dear.
What choice do I have?
None at all. I was just being polite.
What makes you think Avad will welcome me after I served his enemies?
He's a forgiving man. Just smile a lot. You can't smile, can you? No, that's a grimace. Nervous about going to Meridian?
好了，我们先来去解。往下爬，这下那家伙也死了，那个位置就不会有人来挡路了。我们终于能够往下爬啦！啦啦啦啦啦啦！
Perhaps the ceasefire will boost morale in Sunfall. The sun knows we need it.
Ui! Oh! Ui! Oh! 这里的士兵跟那边的士兵一样。
Have a better one.
Behave yourself, Outlander, or we'll toss you in the ring.
好怕哦！在你的太阳竞技场里面一个人都没有。
Head back to the throne room, Outlander. You're making yourself a nuisance.
对不起哦。这是什么情形？为什么会掉下来？我不知道为什么会掉到下面，这是什么神奇的设计？你干，我他妈站在上面站一站就直接摔下去。 哦，没关系哦。
The other side of the tower. Look for a vent.
I see you've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride. I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure. As year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. 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 Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobek here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this tour!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
I underestimated you. So by now,
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
地球的重大秘密：灵之曙光设备。前面当然也得回头看一下，谁知道前面是不是有什么东西？我都搞不懂赛伦斯是他是从哪边下来的。哦，看起来是从上面那个洞。
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
又有一起事件。休息室人员。今天早上波波维奇博士的不幸在这家不效更多是我们照您所说的方法。那什么地线，我们已经对我们的需求背负着感。我们现在已经说过，我们需要人类口译，会讲波兰文的，保全人有办法治不但都佩戴血装家的人。皮肤注射镇定器。 我们也需要资源。那这个是那个吗？电脑萤幕。干，药草包新增，然后我他妈的白痴。
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
看来这也是那个接待的地方。哎、你好，你好什么的。然后这也是休息室，然后这也就是所谓的简报室。来看简报喽。
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
我变成预设服装哎，看来这里。
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors. That Zero Dawn is a top-secret super weapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super weapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down, the entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day. The day that life on Earth ceases to exist is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it. Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Could be a climber up there. Come out wherever you are.
太低眼了吧？
Close to a tribal print to stop us now. The data points, what did they contain?
为什么会有快速旅行行囊呢？这我也没用哎，干就是这个。从之前一个一个来看吧。面试汤姆·佩区候选人。
Is accurate, yes. So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people. They feed off them? Not just people. All organic matter. Every living thing dissolves into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel. In a word, yes. Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here? No, Doctor. Please, tell him Tom Pike wants a word. Now, get off! Get off! Doctor, please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Want to discuss? Whew. So, Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, there was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke? A tobacco cigarette. Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malkeith was me, don't mind admitting. Did plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty, too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place? You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go. You previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
On the Chariot Line self-replication routines? I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since '57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
每次都在讲到重点的时候就停了。 他们咨询师准则。
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
神奇冲锋口。没有什么用。这几个像是床一样是要干嘛？让人躺在上面核磁共振一下吗？这里也是。
CB02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
The whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? Why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
我记得当时看到这里真的很震撼。请选择。您现在已经获得灵之曙光计划的性质的目标资讯，此类资讯等级远超过任何政府证件，因此不幸我们已经无法让您离开本设施。你现在有3个选择，考虑一下。第一，参与计划，我们会根据你的专业将你分配到一个子计划团队。本计划非常辛苦且计划成果无法保证，你每周必须工作至少80小时，80小时一天也才24小时而已。也就是说，哇干！假设80小时平均分配给每一天好了，会是多少呢？等于一天要工作11个小时天哪！与家人或家人被学限制，并将接受紧急监视。计划成功的时候，你与直系亲属或你选择2人将可前往伊利西恩，这是一个封闭的生活环境，你与家人可以过完余生。无限期监禁，若你不愿参与领主，将会遭无限期监禁。我们会给你48小时时间。若你之后这样就将此决定将无法罚。我们会尽量让你在监禁期间过舒适的生活，但将无法危险，而且随着法律纪录困难，你必然会在18个月内死亡。可怜。灵之曙光这边，你若不希望接受医疗安乐死，将会被放回外界，然后就会死去。医疗安乐死，活下去的意义。如果希望马上结束自己的生命，我们也可以提供无痛医疗安乐死。酷哦，你会怎么选呢？我他妈一定是直接死一死好了。这只是一个早死晚死的差别，但虽然也不一定要死，这真的很难选呢。
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what I the damage that I Well, I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. They just told ourselves they weren't cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
赎罪，赎你妈的罪！
If you're still nauseous. No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timor. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock? You grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety. I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family? I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry.
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
这个选安乐死。啊，这个呢？朗菲尔德。
See to make sure I behave this time?
Security, for your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. He's kind of blue skying. It's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
Alert. Medical wing inaccessible.
为什么这里是医疗区？而且医疗区为什么会有一个紫色的东西？搁浅的手套，这是特殊道具吗？光滑材质。 所以就是把他们靠在这里关进去，无限期禁闭，神奇的设施。 这里是什么？这里是什么？这里到底是什么？你在？哦，我该不会最后是要从这里逃跑吧？没有，我完全搞不懂那个洞的功用是什么。咨询师准则。
Intruder! Get her!
Whatever you do, don't die now.
最有效还是这个、啊。是不是3剑就可以把它打得不要的？这个射中头的话也是一枪毙命。 没射中头的话，就是有点弱。这是什么啊？这就是他们的休息室，就对了。汤姆佩区。
I hashed it out with them. What the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Bronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to it. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. but I want no part of this pathetic attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe anyway.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in the auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair. Not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
I must do that.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am. That ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural to be called an abomination back home, and you know it.
I've done
That's
this
why
before.
you're hiding it.
Just need my focus.
Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too. Just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
I'd have to leave something else behind.
我当然加入。说得好啊，没错，如果是我也加入。辛苦工作18个月，换来接下来30年在那边无所事事，整天打电动，哼！我加入啊，搞不好还会有一个城市。搞不好会有一个城市设计师吃饱太闲，设计电动给我打。 一想到不就兴奋透了吗？
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out. Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
左上左下右，左上左下右。
Done. I should check the door nearby. There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
Maybe you're blah. Open door.这么可爱啊
Found one. Looks intact.
Lost intact. 这里看起来有一个箱子。钻。
That should do the trick.
好啦，全部都装反了，所以是下右上。 下左上右下，耶，天才！
Now to see what lies beyond it.
哦，干你娘！
Eclipse, they're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia, it's up there, second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Help me, brothers.
Help me, brothers. Man. 老实说，我不确定我那边能不能过得去。
Okay.
丢三小干。
Shadow. Where?
Hi.
That's the last one. Or not.
干没死。 靠呗。 这到底是什么视角设定？
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
让我傻眼。
Get moving. You have to find Gaia.
闭嘴啊！要就自己来啊！干，在那边抱怨呢。最讨厌这种人呐、啊！妈的，出一张嘴，靠北哦，那么喜欢，没让自己来你。 不要只会出一张嘴啊！妈的嘞！干，你知道在这边其实也没有很难的，把他们全杀光也不是一件多难的事。这大概是怎样？有病啊！哎呦，我好想要
Never know when I might need these.
用无线耳机哦，有一条线在那里，真是很不方便。上得去吗？感觉是上得去，也进不去。
Alert. Structural failure prevents access. Alert. Area inaccessible. Elevators non-operational. Stairwells have collapsed.
好来好来。哇，好宽广的空间哦！宽广的心，宽广的未来，这又是什么？奇怪的机器，完全看不懂这是什么。模拟结果，神马哥。 看来只要是盖亚的希望，赫菲斯托斯都会协助他。真的、哦？这是什么？啊，不就很厉害？
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots. And not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulations, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical at places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
嗯哼。
I've seen these shapes before, in cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
不行，没办法隔墙。
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
原来每一个房间都是某一个城市的。
More eclipse.
Careful now.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina El-Baji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world, ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
干，在16个月内要完成这些所有的事，这啊干啊假啊，伤好难啊吧？不过我们都知道最后发生了什么事。 因为我玩过啊。包覆型 DNA。 永恒技术，好，就是这一个。Samina， 阿波罗更新。卡条。干，直接被发现。
Die, apostate. Don't let him sneak away.
Don't mind me.
That's
the last of them. Once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
迂回战术，不过这里看起来好像都没什么。这里看起来有路，但实际上冲不上去。 何瑞斯的自白。
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Aaron Harris. Aaron Harris。他在念自己的名字的时候，听起来很果断呢、Aaron Harris。没有什么特别留下来的东西。
Welcome to Hades. Zero Dawn's
Extinction
fail-safe protocol. The ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocating. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
你也不会就是在看我干嘛而已，干。噪音申诉。 工业四库影片。黑底斯协议。黑蒂斯这个房间相对的很小不过毕竟是工程师们的房间，该这样讲吗？他们只需要写协议，相对的人比较少。滥用资料库。不止1集啊，是真的16集的人形蜈蚣。他很讨厌他好好笑。
Looks like the only way onwards.
干，我没想到这一段会那么长妈的，我到现在还困在这里，靠北哦。至少这里目前看起来没有敌。
The crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors. To provide nurture and inculcation during early child development, all of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Let's begin. 远峰体外舱室。就这个、哦，这就是舱室就对了。但为什么上面都写法罗的名字？这不是远峰的吗？摇篮成功密封。
These what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
人造子宫。摇篮四重人物。当妈妈的会担心，这个设定也反映了他们写程式很厉害啊，已经可以把程式写得跟活的一样。
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
这叫我
The
讲的
hatch
话。
wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
永远都是同样的废话。那又是某一个，终于来了，一切的真相。
Looks like it used to hold
Us will
something.
benefit from antilopinate morphologies, though Caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet...
And yet... I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
看来盖亚也先站在这里。
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
傻小。那这里有其他的路可以走过去。这里有哎，这里的确有其他的路。
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
看来盖亚很正常啊。一个人的办公室那么大，到底要冲他小？总之，奥德赛计划失败。 奥德赛任务失败了，反物质隔离失败，太空船船人受载的东西出版通通都消失了。好，奥德赛计划是要把生命发到太空之外，然后零之曙光的计划则是留在这里。 未来，阿提米斯的状态。昆虫、兔子、老鹰、狐狸、狼。 哦，所以有些物种在这边是没有的，也是这个原因，就对了。
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
干，还没完啊！
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along.
你为什么不杀了我？
When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist. A simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
See that scar on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well. For a savage.
His name was Rost. And he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground. No. It wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked. But I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts. Haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings, a pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Unstoppable.
Cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
The Nora have no part to play in this. Leave them alone.
Soon, they'll have no part to play in anything. That much is sure. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus, such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
现在我没有 Fox 了，而且我还没办法记录，干你娘！
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold! Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands!
Oh!
weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use its strength against it. That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down.
No, 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 no! Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's down.
哈哈，我把装备拿回来了。
Guess who got our weapons back? Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it.
啊，我没有 focus。你干你！
Those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with its swift attacks.
爆了吧！干，我还没剪完啊！Kill her!
Leave it to them. Come get me yourself.
Come get me yourself. 哎呦，自己现身了。你刚才不是才叫他的名字吗？哇，看来他们很喜欢看这种机器人大会战，我也蛮喜欢的。Traitor！ 绕跑喽！干，这段剧情真的是妈的有够长的，但还蛮精彩的。
So you're here, really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, Venora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Haha.
Too bad you wasted your time then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the Sun Wing at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Carja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who.
我听你的喇叭干。太阳暴君获得暗影中间分子服装，这是什么？暗影中间分子。那有没有高级一点的暗影高级服装？哇，莫名其妙就达到43级了。老实说，虽然我很震惊。 但还是先存档再说。啊，干，那是终于可以记录了。